In 2005, Iowa's 17 licensed commercial casinos paid more than $263 million in state gaming taxes. It was the first year that 0.5% of those revenues, or $5.4 million, was designated to create grant-making and endowment building efforts in 85 counties that had no state gaming licenses. A state county endowment fund program dispersed $63,000 to each county. The foundations, established and governed by volunteers in the communities, were required to keep 25% in a permanent endowment, the principal of which can never be touched. 75% can be distributed to charitable projects within their county, such as outdoor art for barns and computer software for a local historical museum. The idea behind the creation of the county foundations was to give residents a place to donate or bequeath in their will a means of holding some of their wealth in the county in which they lived.
It's a wonderful opportunity for communities to really create a vehicle and say to citizens who've lived there or who have lived there, and say, let's give back, let's make a difference in the places where you live and have raised your families.
Until the county foundations were created, few rural areas offered a place to stimulate hometown philanthropy with a focus on endowment. As a result, much of the wealth accumulated by area farmers and other residents may have, upon death, transferred to heirs, many of whom may have left town or even moved out of state. A 5-year study of probate records by the Community Vitality Center at Iowa State University revealed Iowans annually transferred nearly $5 billion. In central Iowa's Greene County, the study showed $30 million were transferred annually.
If we could capture just 5% of that, in a few years we'd have a huge endowment build-up that we could use for improving quality of life and increasing economic development activity and so forth in this county.
In the Greene County Community Foundation's 4-year existence, $236,000 has been raised both through funds generated annually from gaming tax revenues and from contributions by some 200 individuals. The individuals not only get a tax deduction, but are also eligible for a 20% state tax credit.
What sweetens the pot is that tax credit that folks are eligible for if they contribute to an Endow Iowa endowment. So that's really, that helps us a lot.
As far as giving money back to the communities in the form of matching grants, the 35-member Greene County Board has awarded 71 grants totaling nearly $250,000. The money has gone toward, among other things, the cost of scoreboards for Little League in Jefferson, playground equipment in Rippey, and the installation of wireless broadband and new computer desks for the library in Sheridan.
Well, it's been a wonderful help to the town of Sheridan. I live just outside it, and it's a little town of about 400 people. And over the 2-year period, the town has received about $16,000, and that's a lot of money for a small town.
While these expenditures may not seem like a big shot in the arm, there are some who envision the foundation exerting a much broader impact on the local economy.
For instance, I think the IRS laws will allow funds like that to be used for training, for economic development purposes, for an incubator, if the foundation board decided to take a chance on an economic incubator.
To finance such ventures will demand the County Community Foundation keep growing and will require residents like Alice Walters to think ahead.
When I turned 89, I thought I ought to update my will and some things like that. And
Walters donated $25,000 to the Greene County Community Foundation.
This was countywide, and it would touch so many of the people that I had worked with in the Extension Service, and just seemed like a good idea to do that.
While some residents have embraced the foundations, philanthropy isn't quite as successful in all of the 85 county foundations created with state gaming taxes. Several haven't grown much beyond their annual allocation from the gambling industry. But while some counties see little, if any, growth in assets, the Iowa Council of Foundations points to the overall significant growth statewide.
When we look at just even those 85 counties, so June of '05, they had about $16.6 million or so in total assets. A great start for all those 85 counties when you think about it.
3 years later, as of June 2008, there was over $40 million in assets in the 85 counties. With numbers like that, many feel the use of state gaming taxes to jumpstart local philanthropy was worth the gamble. For Market to Market, I'm Nancy Crowfoot.